Thin line between joy and pain. It's a long, strange trip. It's all insane. You ain't never gonna be the same. Living life through the night. Thin line of a lightning strike. Sometimes the only light when the moon is tucked away. Pistons pumping, minds are racing. It's hard to sleep, man.
Hey, Sarge. Laura, how's it going?
It's always found
Hoorah.
creeping up when things are good.
Oh, David Johnson.
Dark days find a way. Loud thunder, heavy rain. Thin line between joy and pain. It's a long, strange trip. It's all insane.
Oh, Joshua.
Never gonna be
Thank him for his service. So, Kenny.
The only light when the moon is tucked away, the camera captures all the things that make us turn from what we see. It's always rolling, it don't stop rolling. I haven't slept in 3 damn days. Yeah, but who needs that anyway? Loud thunder, heavy rain, thin line between joy and pain. It's a long, strange trip. It's all insane. You ain't never gonna be the same. Living life through the night, thin line of a lightning strike. Sometimes the only light when the moon's tucked away. It's a long, strange trip, that's all they say. You ain't never gonna be the same. Live a life through the night, that light of a lightning strike. It's sometimes the only light when the moon is tucked away. Loud thunder, heavy rain.
The Gulf War put this new world to its first test. And my fellow Americans, we passed that test for the sake of our principles, for the sake of the Kuwaiti people. We stood our ground because the world would not look the other way. Ambassador El Saba, tonight, Kuwait is free.
I just love that song. I do. That's why I had to play it again. I love it. I can't thank our military for everything they've done. All right. So there's Kenny. Hey, Sharon, how are you? Rebecca, Eric, how you doing? Thanks. Yeah, everybody share this. Everybody like it and share it. Hey, Eric. Hey, Gary, how are you? David Johnson, my first husband that did two tours of NOM, Special Forces, died with cancer at Agent Orange. And your brother was Army. Well, thank both of them for their service for us. Angela Knight, how are you doing, Mr. Finnerty? Mr. Finnerty, I want to thank you for your donation and your support, being with us all the time. It really means a lot to Donna and I. We're doing the best we can to bring you the best show we can. So thank you, sir, for everything. Hello, Johnny Rourke, how you doing? Rebecca. Hey, Jeremy, how's it going? All right. So, I want to start off by saying happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope your Thanksgiving turns out to be great. Spend time with your family. Thanksgiving means a lot to everybody, and it's a special time for family. Be thankful for everything that you have and everything you've accomplished over the year. So, all right, it's time to say the Pledge of Allegiance. You want to join me tonight? Oh, okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You know, when I see that video, it reminds me when I was in the military, how every morning we stood at attention, usually it's during PT and while they raised the flag. Then at night when they played taps and they lowered the flag. You know, and when I look at that, I can't tell you how thankful I am that I had the ability to serve this great country and put my life out there to make sure others had their freedoms and liberties. And I'm thankful that I had the ability to follow so many other family members that served for this great country. It's a blessing. It really is. It really is. But Thanksgiving's tomorrow. Boy, yeah. You know, the choice on Thanksgiving, it's, what are you going to have, ham or are you going to have turkey? If you have this, then you got to have the other one on Christmas. Well, here's my dilemma. Why in the hell do you want to put up Christmas lights 2 weeks before Thanksgiving? I've never understood that. That's a quandary to me. You know, it seems like it's a quagmire. When you add the chaos of pulling out the Christmas lights, and then you get the synopsis of being ahead of everybody else, and then you get these people who I think I can outdo Robert, or I think I can outdo Tom, or I think I can outdo Mary. Let's have more lights this year. Let's have let's have a big stereo system. Let's have video playing. Let's have lasers going. I think it's kind of funny when I see that. I got family members that sharing stuff on Facebook that's already putting up all the lights and everything. But Donna and I today was in Ace Hardware. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out here and I'm going to cut down the cedar tree. And we're going to have a cedar tree for Christmas. It's not the original Christmas tree, but, you know, it's going to be a Christmas tree. You know, in all honesty, Donna and I, we've never had a Christmas tree, have we? No, we never have. All these years together, we haven't had a tree, so this year is going to be the first. We're first year for it, and don't worry, we're going to share pictures and everything because it's going to be special for us. But, you know, I can't wait. Thanksgiving, Donna has to go in and work a little bit, but then hopefully she can get done early and come home. We can spend it together. The nice thing is we got to spend the day together. So that was a blessing. That really was a blessing to me right there. But, you know, Thanksgiving. I hope each and every one of you have a blessed day. I really do. You guys eat the shit out of the turkey. Eat your pumpkin pie, your pecan pie. Get your belly so full that you got to undo your belt and undo that top button. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. It seems to happen every year. And then you want to lay down and take about a 3-hour nap. It's just the way it is. It's like an American tradition. You got to go do that. You got to stuff your gut. So you undo your belt, undo your top button, maybe unzip just a little bit, and then it's nap time. But I feel blessed that I get to spend another Thanksgiving with Donna Joe. Let's make what, number 3? This is our 3rd Thanksgiving together. And I feel extremely blessed in that. Hell, I'm on top of the world, tell you the truth, Things just, it ain't right if she ain't here and I don't get to spend the Thanksgiving with her. Just something ain't right. Not to me anyway. Hey, J. Den, how you doing? Hey, Lorna, how are you? J. Den, James, every time I try to say your last name, I'll screw it up. One of these days I'll get it right. So, hello, Jim Alexander, how are you? Let's see who else we got here. Anybody new? Linda Rhodes, how are you doing? Robert Rex, how are you? All right, I'm looking down here to see if they're named. Kevin, how are you doing, sir? How's New York treating you? Are you guys back home yet? Or are you still out there in California? I think that's where you went. Brenda, how are you doing? Hey, Anne Marie, how are you? Is Kevin treating you all right? Boy, if not, just reach up there and give him a big old Oklahoma Jack slap on the back of the noggin. That always seems to do the trick. Donna Joe's getting that down pretty good every once in a while. Not as often as you should. Hell of a deal. Hell of a deal. But anyway, I got some things I want to talk about. To me, this is very important. We need to talk about them before Thanksgiving. But one thing I am going to mention, the day of Friday, Friday, the raffle will be done. The auction for this will be done. Okay? No ifs, ands, buts about it. Friday's the deal. This right here, the bid is $150 right now. That's the current bid on this is $150. So, like I said, this here, there's plenty of room right here. If you know somebody that has passed, you got his name tag, you can put it here. You can put his unit patch here, and maybe his dog tag's on here. This would be a beautiful thing, or even a picture of him right here. This would be a beautiful thing to give somebody that had a family member pass. This would be a hell of a way to tell somebody, thank you for your service. You will never be forgotten. Ladies and gentlemen, every time I get this thing in my hands, I'm not going to lie about it, my hands start shaking. Because when I look at this, I have many people I know, too many, that have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms. So when I get this in my hands, I get a little shaky. And I get a little soft. I guess is a good term, ain't it? I get a little soft. Because this right here, being a vet, means the world to me. This right here symbolizes what we can't say to the people that's passed. All we can do is remember them. And that's why this touches me so much. And that's why whoever winds up with this is going to be very blessed. And I'm going to tell you right now, the lady who has the highest bid on this, if she decides just to redo it, I'm just going to let somebody buy it. That's what I'm going to do with this. And it's a beautiful piece of, it's solid wood. All hand done. This was all done with the router. Every bit of it was done with the router, the edging, everything. So we can't go wrong on this. And the blanket will be drawn also on Friday, and then that will be shipped out either Saturday or Monday to the winner. All right, I'm trying to recover here just a little bit. Hey, Jimmy Collins, how are you? She just did it. Kevin said she just did it. Just gave him a jack slap. Actually, Big Sarge, where I got this, there is a company in, what were they out of? Kansas? Or right? No, either Kansas or Oklahoma. I think it was Kansas. It's called Wood Creations. On my fourth day. The maker's name is Kevin Hatson, Hatson. But it's On My Fourth Day Wood Creations. That's who made this. Beautiful, beautiful. So, yeah, if you guys get a chance, look up. They have a Facebook page and an internet page, and the internet page is On the Fourth Day woodcreations.com, if I remember right. So you have to look them up. That is, I mean, this guy's talented. He does all sorts of these, and everyone is done by hand with a router. Everything is done with a router, and it's just beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. But Big Sarge, I got a card for him, and if you want, I can try to find that card. It's in the desk somewhere, and when I find that, I get it to you. But if you can't find them on the internet, just let me know. Here comes my liberal. Let's get the countdown. Let's get the countdown. 3, 2, 1. There she is.
I think she can hear you talking while you're on.
I think she can too. The liberal is in the house. But yeah, it's a beautiful piece, Sarge. And I'll tell you what, if you'd go look, and they said they would do anything and everything they could with the router. If you wanted to do something special, they'd be glad to do something like that. Are you done? You got stickers on your derriere. Okay. So I got my liberal here. And anyway, the raffle for the blanket is done. Will be done Friday. By the time the show ends, the raffle's done. So you guys need to let me know if you want in on that raffle. It's $10 a ticket. So you need to be Johnny on the spot and let me know. Also, like I said, this piece of work right here, the current bid on it's $150. Look, I got it posted on, I pinned it so it stays on top of the page, Mr. Brutally Honest, and I think also the supporters page. All right, so let's get into some of this BS that we have going on with our lovely, lovely swamp. Some of this crap, you know, it makes me wonder, is Nancy Pelosi the spokesperson for the New World Order and how they're trying to screw us over? Okay. I just can't believe what I read the other day. You know, Nancy Pelosi says, other than tax hikes, Nancy Pelosi, this was reported in the Babylon Bee. Yes, you heard me right, on the Babylon Bee. I'm not lying, there it is right there. Nancy Pelosi, if I'm not elected speaker, millions will die. I have to read this to you. As rumors swirl around the top Democrat, Pelosi may not retain her leadership of the House Democrats. The congressional leader offered a dire warning to her fellow Democratic Congresspeople and the nation at large. If I am not elected Speaker of the House, millions will die. She said the death toll from being ousted as the Dems' top congressperson would be 10 times larger than the deaths that have resulted from Trump's election. The Republican tax cuts and Kavanaugh's confirmation to the Supreme Court. I got to read that again. The deaths that resulted from the Trump's election, the Republican tax cut, and Kavanaugh's confirmation to the Supreme Court. This will kill more people than global warming, the net neutrality repeal, the Republicanism combined, she said gravely. I will retain power at all costs in order to save us from this terrible fate, even if it kills Democrats' chances at reinventing the party for good. She reminded those gathered of how correct her predictions on everything else has been. She pointed out that the death toll from Kavanaugh's nomination was in the hundreds of millions, just as she warned. Okay, so she warned there's going to be hundreds of millions of deaths. Well, I'm pretty sure we would have heard something about hundreds of millions of people dying, but we haven't. She then reminded people of her similar accurate predictions on every single thing the Republicans had done over the past 2 years. When have I ever been wrong about this kind of thing? She said. For one, hundreds of millions of people have died since Kavanaugh was confirmed. Maybe, I wonder if she didn't take enough of her meds when she needed them. I think she might have forgot 2, 3, or 4 of them, because she said, and here's the thing. Did you guys catch what she said? She said she will, no matter what, she will be the speaker again, even if it kills Democrats' chances at reinventing the party for good. Now, what does that tell you? Does that tell you like she's going to be pushing the global elite, that she is demanding, she is way beyond demanding that she be Speaker of the House? I mean, this sounds like, in all honesty, ladies and gentlemen, a threat, not only to our lives, but to the lives of people in her own party. And it sounds like a threat to thousands of millions of people. What does it sound like to y'all? I mean, has this lady fell off her rocker? In all honesty, I think she has. I think she's gone plumb cuckoo. She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Paul, I just received something from you. Paul, thank you. Paul McMahill, thank you very much for your support. But yeah, I mean, Nancy Pelosi, she's, I gotta be Speaker of the House or millions will die. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, but then all of a sudden she turns around and she says this. She says, she's gotten herself into opposition ads around the country as she criticized the tax cut and the Jobs Act. Politico's Jake Sherman asked Pelosi at an event on Tuesday about the new Republican ad. They had a new ad that they put out after you said you thought you were going to win the majority. The title is All at Stake. It said you would like to institute a single-payer health care program and cancel raises taxes. I think they mean roll back the tax cut they passed this year, Sherman asked. Well, the second part is accurate, Pelosi said. See if I can get this up here. You know, and instantly her remark on Twitter went viral.
Ad that they put out after you said you thought you were going to win the majority that says the title was all at stake. It said that you would like to institute a single-payer healthcare program and cancel taxes. I think they mean roll back the tax cuts that they passed this year. Is that, what do you think of that?
Well, the second part there is accurate.
Sounded like a damn horse laughing. You know, Pelosi her full explanation wouldn't necessarily mean she supports increased middle class taxes, though it does appear she wants the overall level of taxation increased. I do think we should revisit it in the ways we always have, in a bipartisan, transparent way that the result is ununifying for the country. She said at the same event, Pelosi objected to the distribution of tax cuts, 83% to the top 1%, and what she said was 1.5 trillion of tax cuts to American corporations. She even added that corporate taxes could have been reduced from Obama level eras in a way that could have cut the deficit. Once again, Republicans are desperate to misrepresent any effort to roll back their debt exploding tax giveaways for big corps and the wealthiest 1%. Now, if I remember right, Nancy Pelosi is a multi-millionaire. Am I wrong? Have I missed something here? But she has been in Congress for well over 40 something years. And as of now, her wealth makes her a multi-millionaire. So being a multi-millionaire, isn't that being in the top 1% in America? So does that mean that she's saying she don't even want the tax cuts, the tax breaks, that even though that she wants all the 1%ers to pay for everything, that's including her? Am I understanding this right, ladies and gentlemen? She's saying her and Maxine Waters and Chuck the Clown Schumer, Chucky Boy, and Cuomo and de Blasio and Jerry Brown and Obama and all the Democrats who have become millionaires from being in office. That means that they are in the 1%, so they have to pay more than what we pay. Or is she meaning that everybody else has to pay that except for them? And that's what she wants to go back and revisit, is because she's afraid that that's going to come up and bite her in the ass. Now, maybe it's just me, but Nancy Pelosi, I think you need to go back and take your meds, go back to your doctor, tell them my medication is not working. I need to do something. I need to figure out what's going on here, because your Cocoa Puffs have left the room. I think you're just goony. I really do. I just can't imagine Nancy Pelosi being the Speaker of the House again and all the hell that would come from it. Can you guys? I mean, I just do not understand that. And in all honesty, I think it would be an ultimate nightmare. You know, and we all know that the 1%ers on the Democrat side don't give a rat's butt about anybody else, especially our veterans. Nancy Pelosi herself voted against anything and everything that was going to help our vets. Why in the hell do we want her Speaker of the House again? In all honesty, why would any Democrat want her as the Speaker of the House? I just do not understand. You know, it's just like here in Oklahoma, all right? We just had our big elections here. And yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all on how things went. Yeah, the state voted straight line Republican. Okay. everyone's rhinos. We have nothing but rhinos here. They're all Mary Fallon rhinos. So I look at Oklahoma before I look at our federal government, and I notice all the rhinos we have, even our new governor. This is how counterfeit he is. When he was campaigning, he come out for the Second Amendment. Oh, yeah, I believe everybody's right for the Second Amendment. Oh, yeah, the first thing I do when I get in the office is I'm wanting to look at that constitutional carry that's sitting on the governor's desk right now, and I'm going to sign that thing. And he got support. He got sponsorship from the NRA. You know, they did their ranking, and they gave him a pretty high ranking. About a week or two before the election, there's a group here in Oklahoma, the Second Amendment group, and they tried to have a deal. And they sent him a personal invite to come down because, you know, he stated the entire time he's for the Second Amendment. He refused to go to it. Refused. And he actually came out and said that I do not believe that it's everybody's right to keep to bear arms. So we have a rhino for governor again. Another one, brand new one, but he's a rhino. We have a rhino for attorney general. We have a rhino for lieutenant governor. I mean, almost every office that went Republican is nothing but rhinos. You know, when I've listened to these people speak, and here's the funny part, what they put on their Facebook page and what they say in public is almost identical. It's almost identical. But when you go back and look up things that they've done, looked at what they've said at different things, even when they thought they was off the record and stuff, it's just like Pelosi. It's just like Schumer. It's just like Cuomo. It's kind of like, my God, is Oklahoma now going to be the new California and New York? Are we going to get screwed in this state from within again some more? Here we go again, Oklahoma. We're not going to be able to survive because they're going to pass fake laws, especially in agriculture, that's going to kill us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I bring this up is because one thing I know for a fact, Chuck the Clown Schumer and Nancy Pelosi are against the Farm Bill. They want to have the government take over all forms of agriculture. I had a video. I thought I saved it, but I didn't. And I'm trying to find it, and I don't know. But Nancy Pelosi came out and said, she was with Chuck Schumer. And she said, and Schumer was shaking his head, yes, that the best thing that could happen for agriculture in the United States of America is if the government took it over and they ran it as the business should be run. Now, God forbid the Democrats take over agriculture in America. Remember Stacey Abrams? Why do we need farmers? We can just go to the grocery store and buy what we need. That's exactly what it's going to be like. How many, my God, folks, are already doing test tube meat? They're growing meat in, and they're talking about bringing this out in the next 2 years for you to buy in the stores. So are you actually going to be in a steak, or are you going to be getting lab meat? Think about it. If the government takes over agriculture, we're all screwed. No ifs, ands, buts about it. And there's going to be millions of us. Families displaced. Family generations that's raised crops, raised beef, provided for you, me, and everybody else. And everything will be government controlled. Why do you think she wants to be Speaker of the House again so bad? The global elite is trying to push everything for a one world order because they're losing on everything else. And right now, the UN is doing everything they can to push their agenda. Well, if Nancy Pelosi gets in there, guess what happens, ladies and gentlemen? Who is Nancy Pelosi's good butt buddy? Hillary Rodham Clinton. So what do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? And on top of that, I read today that the UN is wanting to expand not only their building, but their premises of where they're at in New York. The UN, the United Nations, has this contract. And from what I read, they're wanting to take over pretty much all of New York City and basically all of New York. They're wanting to make that UN territory. And guess what happens if Nancy Pelosi gets in there as Speaker of the House, ladies and gentlemen? That's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And it's a crock. It really is. And I don't know about you guys, but I do not agree with it. I don't agree with it at all. So we need to pay attention to what's really going on here. There's a detective also who exposed the pedophile ring. 58-year-old Mark Minnie. He was found with a bullet to his head on August 14th. Many people are refusing to believe the official police version that he committed suicide at a friend's farm in coastal city of Port Elizabeth, South Africa. The family is claiming that he would never kill himself, point he had brought up to them, that he feared people were after him because he was about to expose even more elite pedophilia. The highly respected detective authored the controversial book, The Lost Boys of Bird Island, which was published on the 5th in 2018, August 5th, 2018, exposed the shocking child abuse and corruption that had witnessed while working on the police force. After he left law enforcement, he devoted his post-police life to exposing the government, orchestrated child trafficking, and discovered while working as a detective, but was previously blocked from the investigating. You know, the cycle continues. The cycle continues. We have people going against the government, winding up dead, in all honesty. We have people investigating things in other countries that involves our government, winding up dead. We have a doctor who was working for Trump on Big Pharma. I'm going to say he was killed, because you cannot commit suicide via dying with multiple blunt force traumas to your body. That's not a suicide. You guys notice something? The cycle's starting to repeat itself again. People are starting to die again. Why is that? It's because right now the Democrats are in control. When the Democrats are in control, people start dying, especially people that are starting to come up and bring evidence against people. Now, I'm not ruling out the rhinos in this at all. Do I believe that the rhinos might be part of this also? I have not seen a damn thing to tell me they're not. In all honesty. And here's a question for you. Right now, the Democrats are getting all the heat for everything. Why are the rhinos, especially the rhinos, being so quiet right now? Why is every Republican being so quiet right now? That's something we need to really consider, ladies and gentlemen. It's scary how quiet they're being. I mean, damn scary how quiet they're being. They're not coming out to say, I have not heard any Republican yet come out and say anything against any Democrat since the election. They have not come out and said a damn thing. If they have, you guys let me know, because I haven't heard one Republican yet, especially a rhino, come out and say anything against any Democrat and what they're doing and what they're trying to achieve. I mean, I'm serious as a heart attack here, folks. I have not heard a damn thing. So if you guys have, y'all let me know, because there's something going on. I think things are fixing to happen. I think everybody is scared. In all honesty, I think everybody is scared. The rhinos are scared, so they're not saying nothing. The Democrats are scared, so they're trying to destroy everything. Does that make sense? I think the Democrats are trying to destroy everything in the wake of what's fixing to happen. Now, I had a phone call today from a man who has a lot of dealing with a bunch of white hats. And he told me today, he said, if everything goes right, everything's being turned over on Friday. And if it gets turned over on Friday, the documents should be unsealed by Saturday, Monday at the latest. Can you imagine how many people are shitting bricks right now, trying to stop this, trying to stop everything from happening? The revalue of the currency, NESARA, JUSR, they're trying to stop. It's a global elite right now. The global elite is centered on America, but at the same time, they're doing stuff in other countries trying to stop this. And they're using the United Nations, the universal nitwits, to do what they can to stop this. Because here's the thing about it. If the NESARA and JUSR happens, in case some of you folks don't know this, the universal nitwits will be obsolete. Every one of them will be arrested on child trafficking, sex trafficking, war crimes, money laundering, everything you could think of, they will be arrested. Because in JUSR, which is the global part of it, they're all considered criminals. Imagine that. Wouldn't you like to see that? I'd like to see the UN brought down. You know, but Pelosi and her cohorts don't want nothing to do with it. That's another reason why I think she wants to be Speaker of the House. They're trying to push this thing to make it where it can't happen till after the first of the year. Now, you really got to do some research. And I mean, you really got to do some research, start reading into this stuff. You really got to start doing some research to see where things are pointed to. And it takes a long time to do it. It really does. But that's where, if you can get somebody to help you, get them to help you, because, ladies and gentlemen, when the shit hits the fan, how many people are going to be eating their young? How many people are going to be throwing people under the bus? How many people are going to be running? In all honesty. So, and on top of that, let's talk about the border for a second. We have a judge, okay? A judge thinks it's okay. All judges are seen over by who? The Senate, okay? All judges come under what department? The judicial part of government. Am I correct? We got judicial, and they think they can tell the executive what they can do. Well, they can't. And how can a judge rule that something is unconstitutional? Can't, ladies and gentlemen. A judge sitting where he's sitting, that was appointed by Barack Hussein Nutter, cannot tell the President of the United States that what he's trying to do is unconstitutional. He can't do that. When it comes to constitutionality, I could be wrong on this, but there's only one court in the United States that can say whether or not it's unconstitutional or constitutional when it comes from the president, and that is the Supreme Court. So where does a judge appointed by Obama, who this judge is worthless anyway, how can he sit here and tell the executive, you can't do this? Oh, really? Well, apparently you better go back and read the laws that's currently on the books right now. because the president can do this. The president can enforce the border. The president can stop border crossings. The president can shut down the border. No ifs, ands, and buts about it, because the president has that power. You as a judge do not have that power. All you can do is refer it to a higher court. That's all you can do. Now, here's the problem. Judges have gotten this make-believe power when Obama was in office of telling the executive part of our government what they can and can't do. And ladies and gentlemen, maybe it's just me, and maybe history has taken a back seat somewhere on how things work, but I don't believe that that can happen. I don't believe that a judge can do that. It has to go to the Supreme Court of the United States. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He needs to pull that monkey hair out of his derriere and tell Obama to go away. But that's just me. That's just my thoughts. You know, and I'm just a simple man out here in northwest Oklahoma. Never went to college. Well, I tried to go to college, but I had to drop out. I couldn't pass the requirements to get in. But I tried, damn it. But you give me horses and cattle, and I'll make you money. But ladies and gentlemen, I do know about government. I know how it works. I do know that when you're on the Senate floor and the House floor, they go by something called Robert's Rules. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. And that's violated all the time. Everything on the floor is being violated all the time. And I'm getting damn tired of it. I don't know about you folks. All right. I want to talk about something else. Thank you, Kevin Bodine. You too. Happy Thanksgiving. I want to talk about something else. Did you guys hear about there's a new bill that has been passed? I love this bill. I got this one from Facebook, actually. Says there's a new bill that would allow drivers to hit protesters if they are standing on the streets. You know, according to CNN, new bills have been passed in the states of Florida, North Carolina, Rhode Island, and North Dakota. So that if a driver runs over a protester who's doing stupid things in the middle of the street, he can be released on some of the liability that you would otherwise be held accountable for should you run over another person in the street. Now, don't get us wrong. We're not saying that you should go out and run over people or before do anything that we recommend that you check with your local and state laws. Just like I love it when people try to stand in front of vehicles and stop traffic. If I have somewhere to go, my 1997 Dodge 5-speed 12-valve 3/4-ton 4-wheel drive is made out of steel. I would like to see you try to stop it, because that Cummins don't stop very good. It likes to go forward. And I tell you what, I challenge anybody to come out and stand in front of it while I'm driving down the road, because it don't know the meaning of a whoa. The horse does, but no. Not my truck. So you get in the way, you're going to get run over. It likes speed bumps. It really does. Okay. Damn it. Quit doing that. Did you guys hear about the disabled person that was this happened a while back. A disabled St. Jude patient was bloodied when TSA and airport police took her down and beat the shit out of her. Well, she finally sued the airport in Memphis, Tennessee, and I do not blame her. 19-year-old, she was headed home to Chattanooga after treatment for brain tumor at St. Jude's Hospital. This happened in 2015. It's a trip that they've made for 17 years. They keep telling her they want to do further scanning. She was reluctant. She didn't understand what they were about to do, said her mother. She tried to tell the TSA agents her daughter is partially deaf, blind in one eye, paralyzed, and easily confused, but she was kept at a distance by police. She tried to get away from them, but in the next instant, one of them had her down on the ground and hit her head on the floor. Well, this lady has decided enough is enough. It's time to sue the airport, TSA, and the airport police. And I hope they don't get in front of a liberal judge, and I hope a conservative judge gets and reams their ass. I don't know about you folks, but that's what I'm hoping. Talking about good deal now. All right. What's this one? Yeah, can you believe this lady wants to be the committee chair of the financial services after she steered $12 million in TARP funds to her husband's private bank, indicated and later reprimanded. That lady right there wants to be in charge of all of America's financial services. Talk about a nightmare. I just don't understand it. Maxine Waters. I wonder if her house burnt down by chance. Did anybody see that? Did anybody see if her house burnt down? You know, and here's one for you. Mississippi. I got about 7 minutes. Mississippi senator who is under fire for public hanging comments gets caught wearing a Confederate Army hat. A photo of Mississippi Senator Cindy Hyde Smith, Republican, wearing Confederate garb, surfaced this week, just days after she said she would attend a public hanging if invited. Okay. What she did is went to a deal where, damn it, son of a biscuit. She went to a deal where they were talking about the Confederate. Well, here's the picture. There's the picture. What the hell's wrong with that? Oh, let me guess, she's a white woman. Oh, let me guess, she's wearing a Confederate hat and holding a Confederate rifle. Oh, and let me guess, she's from Mississippi, so that makes her a racist. You know, if I was invited to a public hanging of a criminal, I would go. And I encourage anybody else to go. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if we all seen them do public hangings in the town square again like they used to back in the day, how much do you think that would deter crime? How much do you think that would deter crime? So, yes, I would go. And if somebody gave me a damn Confederate hat, I'd probably put it on. Even though the Republic of Oklahoma never fought in the Civil War, and neither did the Republic of Texas. People from the Republic of Texas fought the Civil War, but the Republic of Texas never did. So let's set the record straight. So, yes, I would go to a public hanging if I was invited, and I do not blame her, and I don't see a damn thing wrong with her wearing that at all. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I guess you could say I'm biased. Well, yeah, I'm biased. Stupid people do stupid things, and therefore they should pay the price. No ifs, ands, buts about it. If you're going to be ignorant, pay the ramifications of what's coming to you for the ignorance that you've done. It's not that hard to figure out. Now, here's the funny part. There could be a hell of a lot of public hangings by the time all these indictments are unsealed. What do you guys think about that? Now, would you go to those hangings? Would you go to those hangings if all of these public indictments were unsealed and they invited you? You have to be held accountable to your actions. So, yes, I would go because I want to make sure they're held accountable. And I'd probably do a live stream from there. It's not because I'm because I'm a sicko. It's because everybody needs to see that people are being held accountable for the crimes. No ifs, ands, buts about it. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. I got one last thing I want to talk about, and I can do it here in just a couple minutes. A sick individual from Detroit, a federal judge has declared the nation's female genitalia mutilation law is unconstitutional again, thereby dismissing nearly all of the charges against 2 Michigan doctors and 7 others accused of subjecting at least 9 minor girls to genitalia cutting in the nation's first FGM case. It involves minor girls from Michigan, Illinois, and Minnesota, including some who cried, screamed, and bled during the procedure, and one who was given Valium ground in liquid Tylenol to keep her calm, court records show. U.S. District Judge Bernard Friedman concluded that Congress did not have the authority to pass the 22-year-old federal law that criminalizes female genitalia mutilation in America. Here we go again. Excuse me. A U.S. district judge, not a federal judge, but a judge, is telling the legislative branch that you do not have the authority to pass a law. That was 22 years ago that was passed. Therefore, it was unconstitutional. And this is, even though this has been banned worldwide and throughout 50 countries, you're going to test it here in America, and you're going to fight that. Ladies and gentlemen, I got one question. And you better cover your ears if you don't want to hear this. What in the living hell is going on in America right now? What in the hell is going on? Oh, yeah, and by the way, that judge, Bernard Friedman, guess what? He's another Obama appointee. Makes you wonder, don't it? I don't know what's going on. I have no clue what's going on in our country anymore. We got Democrats, we got judges, we got people trying to tell branches of government that they can't do something when they can. I think the Senate, who's in charge of all the judges, guess what? I think it's time the Senate starts looking at some things. I think it's time for the Senate to kick ass and take names and open that big can of whoop ass. I think it's time for the Senate to really come out and start doing their job. If you guys want to wait till the first year, that's fine. But I think the Senate needs to come down with a hammer of God and clean out a whole shit pot of you. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. As is everything that's on here. It's my opinion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Baker, how you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. Dan, from the Mr. Brutally Honest family, we love you. We support you. And we're sorry you're going through what you're going through. But never fear, my friend. We got big shoulders. You need somebody to talk to, give us a jingle. But you know what? The government can kiss my ass. And let me tell you what. If they come after me, they come after me. But I'm going to tell you what I think every single time. I'm not going to hold back, and I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm going to hit you right square dead between the eyes every time. Because that's just how I am. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need your help. We need donations. I love what Jermaine said today. Help a brother out. I love that. Only Jermaine come up with something like that. I can't say that. But yeah, you know, me, Big Sarge, Jeremy, Liberty One TV, man, we're trying to get stuff going. We're trying to rock and roll. I haven't been in touch with Jeremy or Terry this week. I think I did talk to Jeremy the other day, but Terry, I've had a hard time. But yeah, we're trying to get some stuff worked out and get going. So, folks, if you guys can help us, man, we'd much appreciate it. But again, if you want in on the raffle for the blanket, $10 a ticket, get them to me ASAP, and you'll be in there. So, ladies and gentlemen, God bless the Republic. God bless people of the Republic of the United States. We love you. And just remember one thing. If you sit on a wooden fish too long, you're going to get a splinter in your ass. So get your ass up, pull those liberal splinters out, put your feet forward, go forward, take our Republic back. And as Donna Joe says, grow where you planted. We love you. We'll see you guys Friday. Bye.